But there's different ways to use what you're learning. And you need to have a tactic, a technique, a weapon, a tool at your disposal for that correct present tense in the market. There's a way to look at price in any given time and say, okay, a breaker is not appropriate right now because we're trending. It's already done the work of what a breaker would be doing. So what are you looking for a breaker for? It's not applicable right now. So every time I would create a concept that would give me confidence that I can navigate price within a given market profile or schematic or roadmap of how it should behave or deliver price, I would gain more confidence. And decades later, I'm talking to you now, and I have 81 entry methods. Now, for some of you, that sounds absolutely ludicrous. It's ridiculous. Nobody should need that. You're right. Nobody needed that but me. I was wired this way, to think this way. And I never looked at it as a problem because it was overcoming adversities. My adversity initially was fear of getting in. So I took that adversity and treated it as an objective to overcome. Now it's laughable for me to even think about how I was when I was 1992, thinking, man, I'm scared to get in that. Where do I buy? Where do I buy? I have 81 reasons that I could reach to get into a move, buying and selling, pyramiding, adding something to an existing trade. I do not fear getting into a trade. I don't fear missing a move because I did the work of not hiding my face, cowering away from adversities, pretending that they don't exist and putting blinders up and saying, well, I got it right here. Let's ignore where I got it wrong and never really tackle the real core issues, the root problems. I looked at it and honest with myself. I said, look, I can't be sitting here watching moves take off without me, regretting it, and lying to myself inwardly that I could have got into that when I had no idea why I would have been buying at that point. In hindsight, in the beginning, when you're brand new, it tricks you into thinking that you could have got that if you just would have pushed a button. And that is self-abuse. You're abusing yourself when you do that. You're lying to yourself when you do that. You don't have the experience. You don't have the skill set in the beginning. So why are you holding yourself up to the standards of you should have it by then? You don't. And when I talk to you this way, a first-time viewer or someone that's got their head up their own ass will see that I'm not trying to encourage you. I'm trying to talk down to you, and that's not the truth. I'm trying to tell you to think properly. I'm trying to realign your perspective because in the beginning, you're like a boat without a rudder. And wherever the wind carries you, that's where you'll be. And chances are it's probably not a port of destination you want to dock at. So over this weekend, I want you to think about what are the adversities that you feel right now for yourself? And I'm not saying post them in a tweet and then regret it later on because some asshole is going to come out there and make fun of you. These are for your personal reflection. Your journal entry this weekend before the market opens on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Before that occurs, I want you to have something in your journal that's honest. Be honest with yourself. List the things. It may not be a long list for others. It may be a long list of things that you think are paramount issues right now that you see as adversities. These are the barriers. These are the blockers. These are the linebackers that are saying, you shall not pass. You're not going to score today. Not today. Whatever they are right now, list them. Once you list them, number them in the order of greatest importance, where you feel that they're debilitating to you, that they are the very rocks in your shoe, that you just can't go forward without having these painful things keep popping up. For me, mine was the fear of getting into a trade. The way I overcame that was I did most of my work on developing skill sets to help me identify times when I get in a trade and trusting it. How did I do that? Back testing, looking at old moves. What things kept reoccurring all the time when they would do these specific things? And I was not looking at no fucking support and resistance. I was looking for patterns in price action. What were these things doing constantly? Constantly. What was the thing that kept reoccurring over and over and over again that books are hiding from me? Because that was the mindset I had. I have a very conspiratorial view on the world because we're in a simulation, whether you realize it or not.